First of all, before anything else, a round of applause for the girls of Babymonster, for the YG company, and also to all Babymonster fans. I am not a Babymonster fan, and I'm someone trying to like K-pop, but who only enjoys a few specific K-pop songs. Those who have been following me since the beginning of the channel, since the first video about Pharita, know that I'm a classical music singer, a fan of rock, metal, and electronic music. So, my background, besides, of course, being in classical music and classical singing, is rock, metal, and live band music, with the sound of the microphone up front, live performances, and great vocalists. People who deliver on stage a good, quality song, and who rely on solid vocal technique to deliver their music appropriately. And, in this year and a half, a little more than a year and a half since I discovered K-pop, I really dived into K-pop looking for something I'd like. I got into K-pop through the first performance New Jeans did at Lollapalooza. So I discovered K-pop through a live band performance. Half of their performance was with a live band, and the other half was with playback. But I was amazed by the R&B sound they brought in their interpretation with the band. And anyway, I've been reacting to Babymonster here with you. And for me, as I've often said, I believe there really is a YG vocal training school that is producing great singers. And, anyway, I heard that now there's this tour. The international tour is about to begin. And I suspected as much, that YG was focused on training singers, high-caliber, top-tier singers. It's a team of 7 great singers, and now, they've shown here, and I was impressed that they did a show, only with a band, bass, drums, guitar, and some backing tracks in support. Sometimes you have digital backing vocals, with the girls' voices, but their voices are the main feature. This was missing in K-pop. This was needed, it didn't exist, I couldn't find it, and now I found it, it's here. This is it, this is what Westerners do, and I don't understand why. K-pop companies, in recent years, stopped doing this. Mamamoo, to anyone. I looked back, and they used to do it. And now Babymonster is bringing it back, literally. Revolutionizing the industry, breaking the industry's pattern, now, with young girls. This is spectacular. It's a shame that in this performance, we don't have cameras closer to the stage and specific sound boxes, so we could hear better. I looked through many videos, but I only found one here that we can react to. It's the song Love. Something, I forgot the name now. Sorry, but you'll recognize it. And we can already savor something. And I'll explain along the way. But congratulations to Babymonster, to the girls. So let's react. So, here, Rami started in a very low register for her. She handled the low notes well. She also did vibratos, from what we can tell, from what's possible to perceive from this camera. She used vibrato and nailed it, but the volume was low. Maybe there, it could be heard more clearly. But here, we're in the second half of the show. If I understood correctly, that's what it seems. I'm not sure if it's the second part of the show, and they already seem to be more tired. That's wonderful. This is very beautiful. Because, as I comment about XG shows, and I've said this in many other videos, a tour is, and I mentioned this in the video, I think in Rami's own video. But it's during a tour that a singer is truly tested, especially on an international tour. It comes with other challenges. They have to face everything. The artist faces it all. All the challenges of traveling, sleeping, little, the rehearsals they must do, adapting to different places, adjusting to time zones, different countries, stage issues, backstage problems, problems in living together among the girls themselves. Everything is heightened. And it's there that the vocal technique will show itself for what it truly is. How much mastery does this singer have over their vocal technique? They're in a very big test right now. This is the second one, Chiquita, right? Forgive me, I'm still trying to memorize and identify them when they're in a group. I haven't fully absorbed all their features yet. The ones I'm always absolutely sure about are Rami, mainly because she has a different hairstyle, Ahyeon, but I confuse Pharita with Ruka. And Chiquita here. I'm not sure if you notice, but there's a big difference in volume between her and Rami. I don't know if this could be because of the sound system. The phone is capturing more. Because I believe that Rami was on this side, and Chiquita is on the opposite side, it seems. So, it seems like maybe there are speakers that are synchronized, according to where they are on stage. Maybe. I'm speculating. But I noticed a difference in volume here. Could it be a technical issue? Yes, it could be vocal technique. I even thought Chiquita, I think I mentioned this in her video, that she had a very large vocal range. That could be why. Regardless, Rami hit her low notes very well initially, but Chiquita was relaxed and had volume. Push play down and rewind. Think about you every day and night. Boy, what you doing tonight? 'Cause ooh, something every mile away will make me feel like something every mile away will make me feel like Pharita, then, has the tone I like the most. Her mid to low range, I find spectacular. If she manages to apply this technique, this quality she has, in the mid and low ranges to the high range, her voice will be spectacular. And as I've mentioned in the videos, I reacted to her. It's the tone I like the most, among all of them. And I think it's just a matter of time. A year or two for her to have a more refined technique. But in her mid to low range, I believe she has a vocal quality, a tone texture, that is very special, very unique. And here, it turned out beautiful. It was lovely here. 'Cause ooh, something every mile away will make me feel like something every mile away will make me feel like I don't know why I can't control it. Takes hold on me, yes, it's for real. This must be Ahyeon, tired. I'm almost 90%, 99% sure she's tired here. If they're past the halfway point of the show, the first sign, and it's not just her, I think Chiquita as well, is the hand on the waist. In live performances, if someone has their hand on their waist, they're trying to focus their energy. Ahyeon has her hand on her waist, and another supporting her lower back, near the kidneys, and she let her arm drop down. She's tired. She's tired, very tired, that's it, and that's wonderful. They are very young girls, doing a 2-hour show or more. Singing 100% live, and performing some dances. And regarding the dances, No need for more than this. With dancing, you can reduce the complexity of the movements, keeping the choreography simpler, so the singer can avoid straining their diaphragm. Because even if a singer's diaphragm support is very good, if they're jumping, running, etc., it becomes very hard to sustain notes with quality, to sing with all the nuances they need, and, especially for them, coming from a background of jazz, blues, and R&B, as we saw with Rami. The level of complexity she brings in terms of technique when singing is amazing. Her interpretation is very complex. You can't do that while dancing and spinning. It's very rare, even in metal, to find 2 or 3 singers who can maintain diaphragm support while freely moving on stage. And that's in metal, right? Where there's no dancing, nothing, just the singer walking around or running. They hit super high notes with very complex techniques. Extremely rare, because it's not normal, it's not natural. And in this case, that's what groups, companies, and vocal coaches for K-pop groups, of this generation, at least, need to understand. It's not possible. Either you dance or sing with quality. One or the other, both is impossible. Otherwise, you end up with what happened to Hybe's groups. It was shameful what happened to Hybe's groups. That's the reality. And I'm saying this because I first got to know and liked New Jeans and Les Seraphim. I followed influencers and channels here in Brazil. I saw how many criticisms there were at the beginning of last year. And they were justified. Yes, they sang poorly. They are not well prepared vocally. It was obvious. And then Illet also received the same criticism. So it all adds up. If they don't want to sacrifice the dance, then the singing will be sacrificed. Will they only use playback? So, in a performance where they have to sing live, they'll sing poorly. Because they're not well prepared by the company. Babymonster is now changing this pattern that Hybe brought into the industry. And that, for me, makes no sense. That's my opinion. That's my view. But it's the reality. Babymonster here, delivering an entire live show. Of course, I'll talk more about it later. But there were some issues, which are absolutely normal. That's natural for the proposal. But what they're doing is wonderful. Hand on the waist. She transitions from falsetto to a mixed voice or chest voice. And it was very delicate, with volume. I also think it had more volume than what Rami had done. And I really like her tone in this mid-low range. Later, I'll react to her performance in her cover. Because the high notes didn't go well, but again, that's normal. Normal. Rami, she's leaning to. It could be an interpretation to show the reflective idea the song proposes. But I don't think so. I think she's tired. They're all tired from this point on. They put a lot of voice, a lot of technique. It demands a lot of support. They danced a lot until now. This is all new to them, no matter how well prepared they are. But this is difficult to do. but I'm really liking the result.
This must be
Chiquita really has an interesting technique and voice. And Ruka, let me know in the comments, is she really 100% a rapper? She doesn't sing, right? I reacted to her, I tried, but it's impossible. It was 100% rap. I don't have the expertise. But here she's also doing only rap, so is she 100% a rapper?
I've been really trying to be conscious with my heart, but I can't deny how you got me caught up and I feel it's the right. Something about you really making me feel this must be love.
Rami, here, came in with more volume. She tries to convey all that expressiveness, switching registers and doing it well. She puts a lot of emphasis on transitioning from chest voice to head voice or falsetto and back. She really shows a sense of lamentation, a cry. But here, she's already doing it with some imprecision. It's natural. After the middle of the show, things get tough.
Baby, can't wait when you're calling my name. This must be I think this is love, baby, 'cause I don't know.
Yes. She got tired. Ahyeon really got tired. It's wonderful. Her getting tired means her support isn't holding as well as she'd like. She wants to hold her breath with her diaphragm, but her body feels heavy. And she always sings in both chest and head voice, with a very full sound. She adds a lot of volume, and that takes a toll. But now she learned how to calibrate and adjust it according to the demands of the performance. Sometimes I think she get all of this right with her vocal coach, but she understand, after reviewing with her coach, that sometimes she need to dial back a bit of that fullness, where she goes all out, with all her power. It's an experience she gained. It's perfect, everything is fine. No one should complain or overreact. Nobody sang badly here, absolutely not. All the small imprecisions are normal for this high-level performance they delivered, and which disrupted the industry, started to break the industry. This is another level.
Baby, 'cause I don't know what else to play. I've read the list myself and now I'm with you. There is nothing less rare that do. Why you really need a mess with me? Is that real love? Is that real? Is that real? Say more.
Pharita had she attempted an interpretative resource and ended up attacking the note with some imprecision. She attacked that with a bit too much force and went off pitch. And now Rami too.
don't know what else to play. No.
They all got tired. They all got tired. Rami is feeling it. Ahyeon would sit down if she could. Her left leg is bent at the knee, resting on her right leg. And Rami, at the beginning, during the transition she made from chest voice to head voice and falsetto, before doing the whistle voice, didn't execute it with her usual quality. It was a change that, here on camera, where the audio isn't great, we could still notice the register shift. It was raw. It wasn't of good quality. Watch my video analyzing her. Another one will be coming out later. It wasn't at that level of quality. It's exhaustion. I'm amazed by all of this. It's just the beginning. This is the first show of the entire tour. Which show would I watch? The last one, at the end of the year. You all have the homework to watch this show now and later. At the end of the year, you'll watch their final performance, wherever that may be, and compare it to this first one. You'll see the difference. The difference will be striking. You'll say they evolved 3 years in one. And that's exactly it. That's exactly how it was with XG. With XG, the preparation was different, and the context is another one. But they will be the same way. It's a wonderful delivery.
Think this is love, maybe. I don't know what else to play. No.
Very good, wonderful. And, once again, congratulations to Babymonster and to YG. And, as I said, I'm not a Babymonster fan. You know I've made that clear. I don't like the studio versions of almost any K-pop group. There are very few songs that captivate me. The only group, which isn't K-pop, but J-pop, that I like and am genuinely a fan of, is XG. But in K-pop, it's always a song, or two that I listen to, and that I'll add to a playlist to listen to occasionally. But I adore them as singers. You know from my analyses that they are wonderful singers. I'm discovering them, and it's been very fun. Very enjoyable to see these very young girls. I used to do this kind of analysis with kids and teenagers back in my time when I had a choir where I was a conductor. And I used to do this type of analysis in person. But, of course, for classical music, and not for pop singing. My classical music school, my classical singing background, is a bit different. Many things that popular singing does are even considered mistakes by my school. But nowadays, I see it differently. They're distinct techniques. But I've always done this, and now I see myself doing it again. I'm really enjoying it, especially with them. I find it very interesting that the company invests in creating these girls with such high technical caliber, which is evident. But then, this performance here had many inaccuracies and flaws. But consider that they performed a 2-hour-long or more show with a live band, microphones, sometimes minimal vocal playback in the background to provide some support. But you can hear the live microphones up front. You can hear their flaws. Yes, you can hear their flaws. But these flaws are far from being the mistakes that, for example, unfortunately, the girls from Les Seraphim, Illet, New Jeans, and other female groups have made in their performances. And that's the company's fault. As I mentioned in the videos, where I analyzed them, check out what I say about Chaewon, Hanni, and Heron. It's the company's fault, plain and simple. IG is doing it differently. They are working with high-quality standards. It's truly a very high-quality technique. All the girls deliver. In fact, there are 6 or 7 soloists here. I'm not sure about the girl, Ruka, who's into rap. But that's it. You will now witness their evolution during this tour, and confirm what I've said, it's during the tour, that they'll gain experience and show how to put into practice the vocal technique they've been taught. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, leave your comment below and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel to watch more videos like this one. Consider making a donation through the link in the pinned comment below or via the super thanks button. And if you want to watch this video with the original audio and footage, go to my Patreon through the link below. Alright, see you next time.